But congratulations on the film. It really is sumptuous to look at, a terrific film. You're all wonderful in it, Francis. Fantastic job directing. Thanks for coming down and attending the opening tonight. We have a big premiere tonight. Are you looking forward to your first Australian premiere, Ris?
Yes, I haven't been to Australia in 15 years, so I'm really looking forward to seeing it again and seeing the fans and all that.
Robert?
Yeah, definitely. I've never been to Australia at all, so no, I hear it's going to be a big one and stuff, so I'm sure.
We do them big. I'm going to hand over to some questions from the audience, and who would like to go first?
Yeah, of course.
No, I'm joking.
Robert, as an attractive young man who has twice won World's Sexiest Man, you must have been really curious to see who they would cast as an older version of yourself. What was it like when you first set eyes on Hal Holbrook, the man who plays 90-year-old Jacob? Were you flattered? Were you confused? Were you freaked out? Were you secretly hoping for George Clooney?
This is more a question for Francis. I mean, Francis, was there any hope of casting George Clooney as my dad? No. I mean, no, I was really, really... I think you can't really get a better older version than Hal. I mean, I think there's like 3 other actors within his caliber, like, who are working still. So it was really nice. I love all his work, so I was really flattered.
In the film, you play a married woman who builds a romance with another man. And as a newlywed yourself, what is your take on this sort of adultery? Can you justify it? Because my husband would like you to know he can.
Wow. Okay. Gosh, I don't know. I think she's in such a particular marriage that's so volatile and abusive. I think it's really hard to... And particularly being a woman in the 1930s with no education, no job opportunities, no real options in life, I think the idea of getting out of her marriage is terrifying, but also sort of thrilling. And then, a cute guy comes to town. I mean, what are you going to do? Remember, you dangle a steak in front of a pit bull. What's going to happen? Do you know what I'm saying? Your husband knows what I'm saying, so.
Ris, you described the intimate filming of the scenes as quite a snotty affair. Was it as pleasurable for you, Rob?
I keep getting asked, why am I the only one who has to explain this? Ris is the one who said it. I'm now saying that that a journalist just made it up, and it was her favourite sex scene she's ever had in her career, and it was incredibly sexy. And yeah. Well, actually, no. I want you to refute this statement right now. This is the last stop on the press tour.
Right, we're literally being away country to country refuting the story.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. I think, I'm a little bit prone to hyperbole. I'm sure this is hard for people to imagine because I'm an actor. I think maybe he had an allergy to hay or something. But other than that, no.
It's still not good enough.
All right. I'm covering my enormous enthusiasm. It was totally lovely. It's one of those things. It's like, as you've heard probably a million actors say, like, there was 100 people watching you make out. So,
Was it as good as for you, Rob?
yeah, she wants to know if you enjoyed it. She's not asking about my opinion.
I thought it was amazing. I was really upset when I heard all these rumours. It's one of the most erotic moments in my life.
Ris was actually the first person that I ever pitched for the role of Marlena, the first and only person, actually, that I ever pitched for the role. And I knew that, I wanted a very American actress to play the part of Marlena, but she's a fantastic actress. She's smart and sexy and funny, but she's also pretty tough underneath the smile and the jokes. And the character is a bit of a survivor, and I wanted to have some of that toughness inside. And Rob, I knew that I wanted to cast him when I sat down with him, because I think that he himself is a lot like the character of Jacob Jankowski, and there's kind of a purity to his heart and a warmth. I'm going to embarrass you now. And there's a warmth, and I think sometimes he pretends to be a little cynical, but he's not. And I knew that if we got some of that on screen, we'd be in good shape.
If we could just go back to the Snotty Kiss for 1 second, Rob. So Reese, had these comments, so MTV took it out of whack or whatever, but do you have any dish to spill maybe on Reese, anything that she could have done?
Anything she could have done better? Well.
Waiting
No,
for this
she
day.
was perfect. I actually took... Actually, no, I'm saying bad things. No, I can't say anything bad. She's a lady. And she didn't do anything bad anyway. I don't know what I'm talking about. No, she was... Yeah, no, I don't have anything bad to say about anyone, ever.
Robert, you've been quoted to say that you see the worst in everything, and Jacob is a genuinely positive person. Do you think he's rubbed off on you?
God. Did I say that in an interview? Or was that... yeah, I don't really see the worst in everything. I guess I'm quite a positive person. I don't know. I mean... I don't know. I never really know which parts of a character are you and which parts, you've kind of created for the movie. But I had a nice time making it. I had a better... It made me feel more positive about filmmaking afterwards. So I guess maybe that was to do with the character.
Rob, you're starring with the lovely Riz Uizerspun in a blockbuster movie. Do you see that this is kind of a new chapter for you post-Twilight?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I guess I can see my career, being kind of a gradual progression in a lot of ways. It's just that no one saw my other movies before Twilight. But yeah, but I mean, definitely, it was one of the main reasons I wanted to do it. It's because you see Reese and you see Christoph, and not only Oscar winners, but recent Oscar winners. It kind of, it makes you feel different about where your status is, I guess. But it was nice. It was, I definitely felt like I was doing something. It was a big deal when I signed on to do it.
Would you like to win an Oscar one day?
No.
Reese, of course, already has an Oscar, and congratulations for that. In this day of CGI and 3D and all those sort of movies, what's so delicious about this movie is seeing you guys really working that closely, particularly with the animals. You in particular, how was that for you?
That was an incredible experience. I got to train with an elephant named Ty for 3 months, and I got to go to circus school and learn how to do trapeze and acrobatics, and it was just a really unique experience, and one of those situations where you realize, well, first of all, every day I was training on the elephant, I was like, I cannot believe this is my job. I'm so happy right now. This is so awesome. But it was daunting and scary, and I had to really take it slowly and take time to learn all the choreography was very elaborate.
But you really were on top of Ty, the elephant who played Rosie in a lot of those shots we saw. That really was you up there.
Yeah, that was really me. I kept wondering if Frances would please put ticker tape underneath and say, this really is her doing this. I was like, people are going to just think it's like face replacement, but I really did. I couldn't do all the horse stunts, but I did all the elephant
There's
stunts.
only one. You only didn't do one horse shot. There's only one shot with a stunt double.
Well,
That's it.
I can't do it all, Frances.
It's indelicate to mention age, but there is a 10-year age gap between yourselves. I was just wondering, in a 1930s setting, that, as well as everything else, would have been quite controversial. Was there ever a thought to play up the age gap in the relationship?
I don't think we ever thought about it.
I actually thought about it. I was one of the things that really interested me about. I did. One of the things that really interested me about the dynamic of the love triangle were the age differences. I think it's interesting that August, played by Christoph Waltz, is older than Reese, and I think that it's really interesting that she's older than Rob in the story, because I think had they just seemed perfect from the beginning, it would have been really obvious and a little too clean and a little too easy for me, and I liked that it felt a little more real this way.
There's a line as well, which I just suddenly remember this, when Christoph's talking about why you can't have children, and it's kind of, I remember that being a big part of what my motivation was for the rest of the character, for trying to, for Jacob's reasoning as to why it's okay to steal her, because I thought that was kind of...
Oh, that Marlena he wouldn't allow her to have children.
Yeah, And I thought that was one of the biggest deals, and I wouldn't have. I mean, if she was younger, I don't think. This is horrible. I never saw her as being older at all.
I'm with you.
Well, on the more flattering side, I was just wondering, did you actually have to ask Carrie Fisher's permission to wear the Princess Leia outfit, which you look fantastic in?
Thank you. I think. Jacqueline West designed all the costumes. They were extraordinary. And she actually based that costume on a Marlene Dietrich costume from a movie called Mata Hari.
Mata Hari.
So most of the costumes referenced films from the 1930s, Jean Harlow and